What's up, Internet? So, this is an episode about my family, about my mom. I've complained about my family before. The bright side of my family is they're better than mice. People in the mouse world, people in the any other mammal family world has a way worse family than I had, right? It's briefer, there's less to do, more dangerous. So, yeah, I am grateful. It was nice. It was nice not having to run for my life all the time. But the negative sides is like she took years to acknowledge what she did to me was wrong. Years. And she didn't apologize. She just said it wasn't her fault, which it was. She said it's cleaner. She wants it, right? And she did the follow up where she made me swim and pee. Not only do they circumcise you where they rip your dick skin off, which is painful torture, she knew about. She said he's going to hate it. And she said, uh, it's cleaner. Let's do it anyway. My dad was like, he'll hate you. So she wanted it. She asked for it, right? Um, Second, she did the follow up is that when I hated things like I don't want to get in a public pool, it's gross, had to do it every single day. Every single day. You could say I'm being punished, but I'm not. You really just live and die. So, so she took years to acknowledge that was a problem, but she still goes, this is what she says. She says, the reason I don't like it is I'm on drugs. And that's something about her is I was guilty of doing drugs the whole time as a kid. I could be 5. If I was outside 20 minutes, you're not on drugs, are you? I can tell if you are. So her big boogeyman, drugs, is why she denied me money. It's why she just uses it as a put down. I didn't see you for 5 minutes. He's high. Which is a lie, by the way. I stand by that wasn't true, and it was just annoying. Like, oh, really? Thanks, government. All those government infomercials ruined your head. We have to circumcise him. He's dirty, and he's probably on drugs. So it is true. They torture you, and then they deny you funding so you don't get high. That's a family? You're supposed to like those people. Yeah, I hate them. I do. I hope she for next time she's a baby, I hope she gets fucking circumcised. I hope they cut her favorite stuff off of her. And I hope she's never like how okay, so I remember being a kid, like a young teen, she's like, you're not on steroids, are you? Stop taking steroids, all this stuff, right? And it's like I remember thinking, with what money? I don't have a job, you don't give me a penny. How the fuck would I be on steroids? Yes, people are just handing out hundreds of dollars worth of steroids to teenagers. No, she wasn't even like a backhanded compliment, like he might be, haha. No, it was like, I'm watching you, you better not. It was just so annoying. She's like having, it's, I call her a Nazi. She is. She actually, her grandma is Hitler Youth. Her grandma is a mean Hitler Youth anorexic, which is who she really is. And my mom is mean too. She's mean, like wrong mean. Like, if it was like I went out and got high, I was like, how'd she know? I'd think she was like a genius or smart. But the fact that I did not and it was just offensive, that was always her thing, is always on drugs. So how is she the one who asked for circumcision? She did. She was the one who wanted it. It's cleaner. She knew I'd hate it and did it anyway. And then she did the follow up with the urine, like punishing me for having a male member, which is totally like the government going, hey, that young boy who could know any of the girls I might like, take him out. And my mom was like, yes, sir. I'll do whatever the law and the freaking gold empire wants. So, yeah, it's my mom. Terrible parents. It took her years. She hasn't apologized for doing it. She's only said it wasn't her fault. And then she went around and said, the only reason I don't like it is I'm on drugs. So that's why it's like, how you doing? I hate it. I hate it here. You don't make nice people. You make mean, bitter, poor people who are afraid of everything. The only reason the Bible says don't be afraid is it wants to cut your willy off and ruin your head. And the people who wrote it are fearful. You should be afraid of them because they do things like wars to kill the boys and propaganda meant to destroy people, chemicals and all that stuff. So yeah, that's my family. My mom makes my dad look good. My mom is a fucking loser. She's in this relationship with the guy who's gross. He's a mean pedo, likes relationships with young girls, and he's like he's got these ugly feet. He's got these big toes, big toenails that are like cracked and craggled the whole time, like really weird looking feet, like talons, right? And he's gross, and she calls him her soulmate. But the thing about her and him is that they both have like these shriveled bodies now. See, she uses worms to lose weight. She's a poisoner. Her food used to make me sick all the time. Believe me, I've taken a ton of like animal dewormers and stuff, and they're part of the reason that I'm like different now, right? And so they're both like tiny shriveled body and shake when they walk. Um, but yeah, she's stubborn, man. They've been by my house because they copied my security features. All of my security features they doubled. Um, but they won't say hi. She won't apologize. All it would take is like I was talked into it. I didn't know it would hurt you. I'm sorry. Things like that. That would actually move things toward years of silence. She just wrote me today. Years of silence, and then all she said is it wasn't her fault. And then she blamed me for blaming her. She said it wasn't right that I blamed her, even though she asked for it and knew I hated it. She knew I wouldn't like it, and she knew it was like sussy, and she did it, and then she leaned into the aftermath, like, yeah, put him down more, right? Take that boy out. So, and then the people who ruin you are going to call you a loser. The people who deliberately, like, yes, we ruined his body with the knife. Yes, we made him do horrible, depriving stuff. Yes, we starved him. Yes, we denied him basic funding to have anything. I went for years as a kid with the same furnishings in my room I had like a decade before. Not one thing was updated. Not a painting, not a poster on the wall, nothing. Absolutely the same as it had always been. Just don't give him a penny. He'll buy drugs with it. That made me mad. That was disappointing. Their room was worse. To be fair, they didn't have any furnishings either. They're just like these horrible people. They believe in cleaning, they believe in working, and that's it. They haven't like. They also don't appreciate my art. My family has never, ever, ever said nice art. That was good. If anything, my sister competed with me, and when I showed holographic speed painting, and when I was coming up in like songs and stuff like that, people were reacting to my art and what I said with music, right? Real people, people that exist IRL. I had someone on in LA try to call me out. The police ignored me, and like 30 cops swarmed and put down this guy. It was awesome. So she also goes, the postmaster has been hiding your postcards for the past few weeks. I haven't sent any for the past few weeks. I send open postcards telling everyone what they did. You can't go years. Hey, I have a problem with something you did. That's all right. I'll make it his fault and ignore him for years. Dad had a boil over cold. I told everybody. You don't want to address it with me. You don't even want to apologize. It was a different time. I wouldn't do it now. All that stuff. No, 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 no. It's my fault for not liking it. So, yeah, she had some revenge. The forgiveness came from people who were afraid of this very thing happening to them, which I do to them too. She's not the only one who gets mail from me, believe me. So has my family. My family were slave pods for the real secret government, who is Super Pedo Island. She's a cruel, heartless, judgmental person who basically made the mistake of not realizing it sooner.